So today is the big day. Yes, sirree. Today is a big day. Today is a big day in Washington, D.C. Will United States of America get a new Supreme Court justice or not? And all the news organizations have completely focused in on this story when the real story is happening behind their backs, and they're not even reporting on it. Incredible. On IsraelNationalNews.com, posted at 11:31 this morning, Israel time. In Germany, plot to attack Israel with chemical weapons uncovered. A Syrian national recently arrested in Germany was part of an apparent plot to attack Israeli targets with chemical weapons, the German Bild newspaper reported. Last Thursday, Germany's Special Police Unit, the SEK, arrested a 21-year-old Syrian man in Berlin. At the time, police said the suspect was wanted in connection with an April 14th assault in the German capital. The suspect allegedly assaulted a man he claimed owed him 4,000 euros, kicking the victim in the head and holding a knife to his throat while demanding the money. On Thursday night, however, it had been revealed that the suspect was also wanted due to his alleged terrorist ties, and that he had been behind a plot to attack Israeli targets with chemical weapons. Local police acknowledged that the suspect had been taken into custody last week without confirming details regarding the alleged terror plot. A police spokesperson did say that the suspect was very dangerous and that he was under investigation for a matter unrelated to the assault charges stemming from the April 14th incident. German media outlets, however, reported that the Syrian national had planned to attack Israeli targets as a part of the Islamic holy war on the Jewish state. To this end, the suspect recruited other Syrians and reportedly prepared an explosive device. The bomb was apparently intended to be used as a part of a chemical weapons attack. The precise type of chemicals and target have not been disclosed. Germany's Federal Intelligence Service said it had been tipped off by a foreign agency, very likely American or Israeli agency, several months ago regarding the suspect's plans. Local authorities later tapped the suspect's phones. Police conducted a search of the suspect's residence, but say they found no incriminating evidence. The suspect apparently entered the country illegally using a fake Libyan passport. All right. This is nowhere on any American news sites. I've looked high and low. In fact, I went and looked for this on Google, and I couldn't even find this article even on Google. Now, the other thing is what happened yesterday at the UN. So, Benjamin Netanyahu I'll just read also once again from IsraelNationalNews.com. Netanyahu to UN chief, send IAEA to inspect Iranian nuke sites. Israeli Prime Minister meets UN Secretary General in New York. urges the UN to take action on the Israelis held captive by Hamas terror group. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu urged United Nations to request that the IAEA check the information Netanyahu provided regarding Iran's nuclear program during his United Nations General Assembly address Thursday and to inspect sites in Iran which Israel claims are used to store nuclear material. He met with UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres at the UN building in New York City Thursday night and urged him to request that IAEA Director General Yukiya Amano check the information and inspect the new sites that the Prime Minister revealed in his address to the UN General Assembly. The Prime Minister claimed that Iran is operating a secret facility in Tehran. Notice in Tehran to store massive amounts of equipment and materials from Iran's secret nuclear weapons program. In May, we exposed the site of Iran's secret atomic archive right here in the Shor Abad district of Tehran. Today, I'm revealing the site of a second facility, Iran's secret atomic warehouse. It's right here in the Turkuz Abad district of Tehran, just there miles away. During his meeting with Gutierrez, Netanyahu also raised the issue of Israel's captives and MIAs and said the UN must do more to elicit additional international community pressure on Hamas to release them. The Prime Minister said the UN must act on the issue given the fact that the UN had mediated the ceasefire in the framework which Hadar Golden was abducted. The remains of 2 IDF soldiers killed in 2014 have been held captive by Hamas terror groups in Gaza since August 2014. Avera Mengistu, who is still believed to be alive, was taken captive by Hamas in September 2014. A year later, another Israeli citizen, Hisham al-Sayed, was taken captive after he crossed into the Strip. So, once again, the news is not focused on the national news in the United States is not focused on what they need to be focused on. This, in my opinion, all the hullabaloo going on in Washington, D.C. right now is a distraction. Even the Brexit situation in Europe flying apart, that was intended to happen, but it's still a distraction from what is going on in the Middle East. As I have said, what's going on in the Middle East right now is essentially a replay of 1967, the Six-Day War, when Russia convinced Syria to invade Israel through the Golan Heights, and Russia even plotted to nuke Israel. Believe it or not. I pointed this out on an article from The Guardian, and if I remember the title of the article, we'll try here. How this 1967 war almost led to Armageddon. You can Google that. It's The Guardian. Read it and be informed. But we're having the same replay. And in the end, Russia, Syria, Egypt, and all the nations round about were defeated. But as we read in Ezekiel 38, our Father in heaven, whose name is Jehovah, holy is his name, he will cause them to return for annihilation. That's exactly what it says in Ezekiel 39 in the first few verses. I'm going to make this video short, but do not be distracted. The more the distractions are, the worse the danger is. And furthermore, I don't mention this man much, but I don't know if I'm going to mention his name or not, because I really don't think I should be doing anything or saying anything to add to his followers. But a former, I believe it was one of the three-letter agencies, he was affiliated with that in a anti-terrorism task force. That is known to be true. So he would have friends in the three-digit departments in Washington, D.C. Well, apparently he has almost freaked out yesterday, saying he's going to his a bug out location to review his supplies and add to what's needed because of things that he has been told. And I believe I know what the what caused him to move. He's claiming that massive Israeli strikes against Syria is imminent, that the U.S. may participate. Now, I don't know if this is true. He also claims that the UK and France might also participate. And folks, I don't know, but it could have something to do with the article I pointed out on IsraelNationalNews.com concerning this Syrian fellow plotting chemical weapons attacks on Israeli targets and possibly on Israeli targets in Europe. So, without mentioning the man's name, I need to forward the information. His information is at best marginal, but so are CNN, MSNBC, and all the other mainstream news sites. They're also marginal. So, when you read, you have to use good judgment. Okay? So, having said that, pay attention, recognize when you're being distracted.